Hey guys, Dan here. Just letting you know that I do reactions every Monday, Wednesday and Friday. I also do live streams on YouTube and Twitch every Tuesday, Thursday and Saturday. All my socials will be linked down below, and if you really want to help out the channel, there will also be a link to my Patreon. It's not much right now, but it's a start. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and now onto the video. Have a good day. Hey guys, Dan here and welcome back to another video and another reaction. And today we're going to be reacting to ranking every heavy weapon in MvM. This is a video by TF2, and today we got a very important mission, because this video is a testament to my true self, a heavy main. And guys, since we have correctly presumed which weapons were for Pyro and also which weapons for Demo Man, I want to keep on my role. I want to get this right. I have a duty to make this right. But before we get to that, please be sure to give a like to the original video on Wheezy's channel, which will be linked down below into the description. And also, if you can, please be sure to give a like to this video and maybe subscribe and share the video as well. And guys, my pick, my 3 best weapons for heavy, one being of each slot. I think it will be the normal minigun. I think it will be also the sandwich, because it will either be the sandwich or the banana, and everything else is a reskin. And for lastly, I think it will be the gloves or running speed. You know, the boxing gloves that make heavy run faster, because throughout Wheezy's choices and the selections, he is presuming a solo queue player. Heavy, he will either be using the normal weapon, the normal minigun, or he will be using, I think, the bronze beast. And since the bronze beast is not used always, I think that it will be the normal minigun. And also for the second slot, just because that between the banana and the sandwich, I think the sandwich will just heal more when needed. And also finally, when compared to the final slot, I just think that when we got speed, we just gotta keep going. Unless he goes for the normal gloves, which gives you crits, and that can carry over to the minigun. But I think that he will be shooting. He will just be blasting most of the time to just be able to use the damage. So that is my final pick. Normal minigun, sandwich, and gloves or running speed. I might be wrong. I really hope not. So guys, if you guys are ready, I am ready. Just remember that this is the second video that we are releasing today. And since last time we did not do or scheduled the TF2 reaction, I will be posting 3 reactions today. The third one and the second one being to Wheezy's ranking every weapon in MvM. And I already took way longer than I usually take. So without further ado, but just hoping that you guys are okay, that you guys are good, let's go.
What are Heavy's best and worst weapons in MvM?
That's why we're here.
Gentlemen, today we're back again with another MvM tier list. This one being made for the Russian man himself, the Heavy. Same rules as always. This is a 2 cities tier list. It's being made under the context of a solo queuing player, and each weapon is ranked within the respective weapon slots. So melee
I just realized that we have a little
miniguns.
thingy
this
here.
does not make them equally as good as each other. And of course, this is just my opinion based off my own
I hope
experiences.
so.
If you have a different opinion, leave it in the comments below. Let's go.
Okay. D tier number
The
fist,
bottle
yeah.
broke the trend of stock melees being D tier, and now the fists bring us back down to reality. And you know the reasons why at this point. There's no reason to ever use them for damage, and they provide 0 utility to Heavy as a class. At least this one has a taunt kill.
To be fair, it's kind of funny to just see you melee fighting the robots.
The Holiday Punch is the only weapon in the game that has had its main draw completely stripped away in MvM. You can't make robots laugh anymore, so now it's literally...
Okay, wait, let me just put up to this. Let me just put it out there. I remembered from many years ago when I played MvM with my clan that once I stuck one of the major robots with my gloves. I was playing heavy because I was a heavy main, and I just used the gloves to put him on an endless laughing circle. And they removed that, really? Ah. Boo on you, Valve.
Without being able to damage from behind. Maybe it did deserve to get nerfed a little bit, but at this point, it's completely unusable. The shotguns. They were D tier for soldier, D tier for pyro, and surprise surprise, they are D tier for heavy. That
so it will be unneedable.
MvM,
okay.
But in terms of actual damage, it pales in comparison to any minigun in the game. So there is no reason to ever pull out a shotgun. The
Natasha?
Natasha is good for slowing down super scouts, and that's about
For a
it.
second,
I'm not saying
I
that's a
thought
bad
about
use
putting
case, but you suffer a
Natasha on
25%
maybe on
damage penalty just
the
for
top
that
of the tier
one
list, but I
benefit.
thought
In
no,
no
it's too
world
much
is this
situational.
trade worth it, especially when there are like 7 other ways of stopping a super scout. It stops other robots too, but generally that's also a bad thing because you're making it more difficult to achieve your maximum DPS as heavy through damage ramp up by keeping them at a distance for an
So this is
extended
putting
period
us
of
good.
time.
He said it's hard to put up your maximum damage. So I think that we are gonna get it right. That the main one will be either the brass beast or the minigun. I'm still going for the normal minigun just because of the mobility and also the gloves of running speed. We have a chance.
Never use this minigun. It sucks, and I don't know why people pretend it's good.
Okay, Thomas
You
Love's
could
always
maybe
also here.
debate C tier with this one, but I just think the Tomislav is also just a massive downgrade from the other miniguns. The faster rev is fine, even if the silence doesn't mean shit, but this weapon's main draw is normally its accuracy, but this doesn't really matter in MvM. If you're shooting from afar, it's usually against hordes of small robots, in which case, so what if the spread is bigger? There is a very strong chance that that missed bullet will just hit the robot on the side of your target anyways. And as for giants, your goal is to get as close as possible to achieve your maximum damage through ramp up, and this is a
so he's saying your objective is to get as close as you can. So once again, another positive sign that we might get to the minigun as the first pick.
Range where the Tomislav is unquestionably worse off, even in casual. So the benefits are barely noticeable, but that 20% slower firing speed sure as hell is, and that makes this weapon completely not worth using.
Wait a minute.
I'm a bit torn.
Are you saying that the minigun that gives you fire surrounding you to maybe reveal spies and do fire damage set to enemies on fire, it's above Natasha and also the Tomislav, really?
Crits will outdamage the melee, and typically you'll have a soldier popping buff banner whenever this happens. But if your soldier is running conch, which is very plausible, this is actually Heavy's best means of doing damage to the tank. But it's also only really useful late game when 800 credits doesn't mean as much, similarly to the Sandman. But I think that's a good enough use case to keep it outside of
the buffalo steak. And the locust bar.
Item has a
okay, so now it's between the panic attack, the banana, and also the sandwich, I believe.
But
and also the buffalo steak.
Stack with a medic's overheal, with the exception of the quick fix, makes it hard to ever get use out of whenever you're not on a team with a medic. You can also throw it down as a small med kit on the floor for your team to use, but other lunchbox items get a medium health pack, so it's outclassed there as well. The eviction notice is good because you move 15% faster while it's active, and that's literally the only good thing about this weapon. The movement speed on hit might sound good
but movement
paper,
for heavy is everything. You know, when you need to get close to robots, when you need to go around the map to be able to defend the choke point.
And the eviction notice does fuck all damage-wise, so it can never be useful in that respect.
Kind of fun to see a heavy just jumping around like Mario, you know, running so fast like that.
A better choice coming up.
Okay.
The Fist of Steel.
I thought for a moment of the Fist of Steel, because the Fist of Steel is basically the to-go-to choice when it comes to heavy mains in general. But I thought Heavy's not gonna be on holding his fists when he needs, you know, not when he can choose his minigun to do damage. So that's why I picked the gloves of running speed. So just like the same thing for Pyro with the power jack, speed is everything.
Steel are a pretty useful weapon, but they're not all that versatile. Taking 40% less damage while in the line of fire does have its moments, and when you do get hit, you will notice the difference. But generally speaking, as Heavy, you want to avoid situations where you could be bursted down if your medic isn't nearby, but if you do find yourself in one, the Fist of Steel will help you survive it. As an on-the-fly escape tool, it has a lot to be desired thanks to its slower pullout time, but it has a purpose, so it's pretty alright.
Okay, thank God. Oh, thank God. So since the killing gloves of boxing are here, just fairly through my presumption that we will not just be using them as much to kill small robots, because in MvM it can be hard to kill small robots when there are so many other DPSs like Engineer, Demoman, and also Soldier. And so I think that I think I can say fairly that I think that the last weapon's already in the bag for us.
If the Killer Gloves of Boxing had like 2 more extra seconds of crits, I would probably put it in A tier, but there are too many moments where your crits will just run out the moment a giant robot drops down. Occasionally, the crits will pan out and you will get that 300%
That's fair. Crits are basically only
increased
used for
DPS.
robots.
It just doesn't happen enough for me to put it any higher.
See, that's
It also
that's
has
what
an
I'm saying right there on the scene. Heavy is trying to get the crits, but because of Ubers, because of all the other DPSs that have splash damage, it never happens. It never happens.
Empire Wave 6 with the 20 Uber Medic pairs that spawn, as you can chain kill with your crits in the same way that a Demo Knight would. So it has its moments and it has a niche. I think B tier is fine.
Okay, I think we have a good chance. I think we got it. I think we got it.
Drop effect as the chocolate, which does make it worse as a support tool, but being able to restore 200 HP is the second best primary benefit of all the lunchbox items. And theoretically, it can be used more often thanks to the faster charge time. This just doesn't happen.
The Banana Man of
it's
MvM.
Not a bad item, just not the best.
Buffalo Steak is here, I knew it.
The Buffalo Steak Sandwich has its niche against tanks, combined with the Warrior Spirit. But this item has something that the Warrior Spirit doesn't. Utility on every single wave. The Buffalo Steak Sandwich acts as a medium medkit, unlike the banana or the chocolate. So as a pure support tool, it's better than both of those. This weapon has gotten a reputation of being pretty bad in MvM, but I completely disagree. The medium medkit drop alone is enough to make this weapon viable.
Okay, let's hear. This one I'm curious.
Miniguns, so let's talk about them again. The Huo Long Heater is a weird one in that this weapon requires a good engineer to be useful. If your NG is trash, this gun will chew through ammo like a motherfucker. But even then, although the ammo draining can be offset by
there's always a dispenser close.
10% damage nerf will not, but it's balanced out by this weapon doing 20% more damage to burning targets. And this is where we see a weird dynamic. The Huo Long Heater will usually always be worse off against small robots because you're typically too far to set them on fire. But on giants, this thing does have enough time to set them on fire and get that increased DPS if your team is bad enough to not kill them in 2 seconds. So you might notice the same conundrum that I have. This weapon stacks positively with a good engineer, but negatively with a good demo, a good spy, or a good burst soldier. And with those teammates, you're mostly only getting the 10% damage nerf. And that's why it's in B tier. It's just not that reliable in the context
Sorry
of
guys,
a
I could not mute myself
player.
on time too. Oh. Okay, so we got to S tier. So that means that the Brass Beast and also the minigun or the normal minigun are here. But we'll see which one is on top. I don't know, this is a curious one.
Jumping straight into S tier, we have the Guru. This is no surprise if you've seen the other tier lists, because the speed increasing weapons are usually always the best. It helps you reach the front lines quicker, helps you get in position faster, and helps you retreat more safely. As a heavy, you go from the slowest class in the game to average class speed just by bringing this weapon out. And I know the Guru has a health draining mechanic, and so does the eviction notice for that matter, but usually getting to where you need to be faster trumps doing so at full health.
Yeah, and you have a medic and dispensers. Not a problem when you need to get to your team.
The Guru has the most general application of all of Heavy's melees, and therefore I think it is the best.
Sandwich! I was right.
Secondary in the game and the single greatest lunchbox item, we have the Sandwich. This weapon has the best primary effect of healing you all the way back to full, and is tied for the best drop effect with the Buffalo Steak Sandwich of a medium medkit for your team. That's really it. It's the best of both worlds for both of its uses. And although it takes longer to recharge, its combination of support and self-sufficiency aren't beat by anything else.
Okay. Guys, I believe that I'll say that we are in a way tied. I said that my presumption was that for the best tier it would either be the Brass Beast or the minigun, and apparently the minigun will be in S tier 2 along with the Brass Beast. But that is a question. I would say that since I said that it was either one or another, those are gonna be good, and unless that Wheezy TF2 says that the Brass Beast is better than a minigun, I say that we got this challenge in the bag. Unless he says that the Brass Beast is better than the normal minigun, I'll consider that I got it right.
I know some people might think the stock minigun deserves A tier instead of S, but honestly, I think this might be Heavy's most underrated weapon. The stock minigun just does so much right. It has the second highest damage output of any minigun, and it's incredibly consistent in terms of how much damage it does. But its biggest strength is being extremely adaptable without the downside of any nerfs. It's the only minigun in the game without a damage penalty that allows you to position yourself wherever you need to be due to the heavy speed when revved up being on par with a giant's walk speed. This makes it the best minigun for consistently getting damage ramp up, and although the base damage is lower than what's coming next, I still think it's good enough to be put in S tier. The reason why...
Okay, so he did not say that the... let's see what he says. Let's see what it says here.
The Brass Beast is so good, and my pick for the best minigun in the game is...
He says the best minigun, so sadly I got it wrong on my 3 main picks. I got it wrong. I went for speed, but in the end it's damage for heavy. So sadly we broke our kill streak on getting everything right, and in a way, I feel a little bit defeated as a heavy main, but since I don't play MvM, I think I was very close. I got the millies right, I got the secondary right, and in a way, I got it right which miniguns would be in the top. But I just did not choose the correct one for which one would be best in Wheezy's perspective, which I can say is very respectable. In a way, I got it in a very far way, and I respect Wheezy's opinion. These are, without a doubt, the best miniguns in MvM. But well played, Wheezy. You finally got me in my own class. But let's finish this up, guys. I feel like we did a good job this far.
Because of this thing's damage potential. 20% more damage in every situation is an insane increase for a class that was already the best single target damage dealer in the entire game. However, with all that power comes with the downside that needs to be worked with. You move 60% slower when revved up than you normally would with any other minigun. So not only does it make it more difficult to dodge projectiles from small robots you'll be fighting from range, but it also makes it take longer to get closer to giants and therefore not achieve your maximum damage ramp up as fast. That said, this can be offset with a good medic, preemptive positioning, buying Uber canteens, or more health on kill to make you more bulky. And yeah, those cost money, but you can't upgrade the base damage of your gun in MvM, so
one thing that I'll say here is said that this choice was into the perspective of a solo queue player, but is considering the presence of a medic. I'm a little bit in doubt on this one then.
You'll buy whatever you can to make this very unique upside worth it. It's not as versatile as stock, and generally speaking, you'll need a decently competent team to not be blown up while using it, but for its sheer power, the Brass Beast is an easy S tier minigun. And that's it for the tier list. If you enjoyed the video, be sure
to get a meme by the end of the video?
Channel for more MvM related
No, I don't
content.
think so.
I got a shitload of videos coming out soon, and I hope you stick around to watch them. That's all I got. See you guys.
See you, Easy. Guys, I'm gonna leave that to you guys. Do you guys think that I got it right, or do you guys think that I got it wrong? Please tell me in the comments, because I really think that even though my picks for the three main ones are kind of solid, and we do got the minigun in S tier as we predicted, we just didn't get it right by the perspective of Wiz TF2. But in a way, this is truly his list, and we're just trying to guess and to get everything right. So I'll leave it up to you guys. Did I get it right? Are we still on our kill streak of saying which are the best weapons for the mercs on MvM, or did I get it wrong? You guys choose. Leave it down in the comments. And guys, if you came this far, thanks so much for staying on the channel. Thanks so much for sticking to the videos. I hope that you guys can give a like to the original video. Don't forget that this is the second video coming out today. We still got a third one coming out later in the day. And if you can, leave a like to this video, subscribe to the video, share the video, all of this and that. Come to the Discord, maybe follow me on my socials, that all will also be linked down below. And I do reactions every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Live streams every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. I hope to see you guys there. I hope that you guys are all good, all safe. And until next time, bye. See ya.